We've got some breaking news, a developing story that tens of thousands of people are now without power in Adelaide. This after strong winds brought down trees early this morning. The State Emergency Service has responded to more than 120 incidents of trees down, and there's currently more than 80 outages right across the state. We've got our meteorologist Rob Sharp from Sky News Weather here to explain what happened. Rob, how strong were the winds?
Well, that's the tricky thing. It's hard to say exactly how the strong winds have been because the observations in these red shaded areas where the power outages have been, there's no weather observations for those locations. There's observations in Adelaide itself, just slightly to the west, where we've seen some gusts of 50 kilometres an hour. One of the mountains has seen gusts to 85, but essentially this is a standard case of downslope winds. So the winds running up and onto the Adelaide hills as they drop off into the foothills, they accelerate and cause some damage, and then they weaken as they head a little bit closer towards the coastline. So that's why we've got this line of 30,000 homes without power this morning, just in the foothills of the Adelaide hills. But the southeasterly winds are part of a broader system that's helping to drop the temperatures after yesterday's heat. In New South Wales, a bunch of records in Mudgee and Goulburn are near records for a bunch of other locations, including Forbes and Canberra, which were close to record temperatures yesterday. This morning, much cooler for Canberra, back to 14, but Sydney struggled through an uncomfortable night. 23 was the minimum temperature. But through today, again, still hot in central Australia, but much cooler for the southeast corner due to those south to southeasterly winds that are putting a bit of a lid on those temperatures we've seen in recent days. Now, there's also a bit of wet weather with this system too. With New South Wales, we've got a couple of showers moving through Sydney at the moment, pushing a bit further north along the coast. And in South Australia, a few showers as well in the northeast of the state this afternoon. Showers also for parts of Queensland coast, running all the way down to the Sunshine Coast. And as we move through the day, they'll push a touch further inland around the central and tropical coasts of Queensland. So across the country more generally, you can see it's still hot in the middle and over the north of the country. But for more details, Laura, on all things weather, you can find us on Channel 601.
Thanks so much, Rob. Appreciate that.